Good morning. You're here with Simon at English Coach, and I'm very happy to be here with you today to talk to you about doubling your efforts. Now, your efforts is something that you can do in almost any area of your life where you know that your efforts are not going to waste or they are not in vain. A lot of young people today are looking for jobs, and one of their ways or methods of getting a job is by setting a certain amount of interviews each week or putting themselves out there as candidates for different jobs online, maybe 20 a week or 30 a week. But it could be also that you've started your own business and you're getting in touch with people over social media and you're getting in touch with, for example, 10 people a day. What I'm going to be talking about today is so simple, but if done right, if done in the right way, is really effective and can change the way things are going in your business or in your life. So, taking the job interview example, when you need to get a job and you're going after about 20 interviews a day, 20 interviews a week, maybe 4 interviews a day, Monday to Friday, and you see that you're getting so many rejections and the invites that you're getting are basically for the company to show you what they do, and you don't really get the opportunity of getting your foot in the door. So, like it is for everyone, it is a frustrating process. And there's very little benefits to finding a job these days. But as we're conventionally brainwashed to think that getting a job is the only way to provide a living for yourself, I am going to continue giving you the advice that you need to get that job. Of course, the alternative is to work for yourself and find a way to build something or sell something by yourself independently without having to take out a huge loan. But let's continue along these lines. Let's say, for example, each day you are setting 4 interviews or you are putting yourself out there for 4 jobs every day, and you're getting 1 or 2 interviews per week where you actually have to go and present yourself in front of a human resources professional or someone else who works in the company who is providing that role to evaluate you and see if you can be recruited or not. 4 a day is not a lot. So doubling your efforts is literally taking 4 and doubling that to 8 and doing 8 calls a day or 8 emails a day to these companies to try to set interviews, which in theory should get you double the amount of interviews, which can be tricky if 4 interviews are only giving you 0, in which case you may have to triple or quadruple your efforts. But let's say you double your efforts for 1 or 2 weeks, and you see you do start getting more interviews. You start getting, instead of 2 interviews, you're getting 3 or 4 interviews a week, and you're dedicating your time to preparing yourself for those interviews. You can see that this little measure already has a result. On the other hand, maybe you get 0 results because the market is harder than you previously thought. Now, there's also another thing that you might want to check. If you are not getting the results that you want and you've doubled your efforts, go back to what you're sending out. So if you're sending 4 emails a day and then you go to 8 and realize that it's not making a difference, what are you sending? Look at your CV. Check your CV again. Look at what you're sending. Okay? So after you review your CV and see, is there something there people are reading and they're getting put off, or is there something there that's missing? These kinds of questions that you need to ask yourself when you're in this position. Then after you've reviewed that, you continue with 8 and you're still not getting results. What do you do? And the answer is a very simple answer again, to double down your efforts again. So instead of doing 8, do 16. Say, how can I send 16 emails a day? I have other things to do. Well, how much of a priority is getting the job? Is it not a priority for you? Is it not something you want to have in 2 years and 5 years? Where do you want to be in 2 years or 5 years? Do you want to be jobless? Do you want to be unemployed? Do you want to be taking your parents' money? Do you want to be living on welfare? Do you want to be begging on the street? It's a priority, so you don't really have a choice. But by doubling your efforts, you also learn something. It's not just work harder and get nothing, or work harder and get the same result. When you are in this process of looking for a job or drumming up business for a pre-existing business, and you double your amount of emails or messages or networking efforts, you're learning more. You're learning more about other people and you're learning more about yourself. And this is valuable learning. This is the kind of learning that makes you see what it takes, what is necessary for you to do to get results. It also gives you an idea of how much you have to do to get something out of the market. So it's really a time of learning. It's not just a time of hard work. It's potentially a course that you're giving yourself. A course in discipline, first to do double the work, and secondly, to really review and reflect on any kind of result that you're getting from that. Okay, so today's video is about doubling your efforts and finding out if you can get more results by putting in more work. And if not, having a look at what you're sending out. I'd like to thank you very much for watching this video today. And I'd like to suggest that if you have already formed a business, or if you already have a job and you're trying to keep that business healthy and profitable, or that you're trying to keep your profile up in the job, and doubling is not working for you, it's not the same context. It's not the same context as finding a job or growing a business from 0. In those cases, when you're finding a job and growing a business from 0, you are doubling your efforts so that you can get more results. If you already have a job and you already have a business and you want more results, sometimes you need to look at what you are doing as well. You need to look at your methods. You need to look at your approaches, and specifically what you believe about your business or your job that could be affecting your performance. That's what I think is the most important thing, because when you have something established, Sometimes it's no longer a matter of doubling your efforts. Sometimes it's a matter of changing your method. And in general, in life, when you do have a winning idea, whether it's in a relationship and you want to put more good actions, vibrations, and effort into your relationship, you've got a perfect example of where you can double your efforts and get amazing results. If it's with other things like health, and you want to double your efforts in health and eat a little less junk food and do it, well, let's say eat half as much junk food, which is in a way it's doubling, and double the amount of exercise time you're doing, you'll see amazing results. Will you see amazing results straight away? Not really. Life is a process. It's not a restaurant where you can order something and the dish comes fully prepared for you in front of you for you to eat. That's not how life works. Generally, you need to be doing this double your effort strategy, which is very simple, I know. It's caveman simple. It's something that you have to do for at least 3 months. You know, if you know that there's a small, just a tiny chance that it's getting results, you need to be doing it for 3 months, 4 months, and then you see all of your results after that 3 months are from all of the time that you spent doing more, all of that time, and not the last week and not the last 2 weeks, but the whole 3 months of doing more and more. And for a lot of you who are watching the video now, that sounds like torture. And if it is, well, give up now, because life doesn't stop for us. We need to keep going. We need to continue, and doubling your efforts is a fantastic way to get better results. Thank you for watching the video. See you next time on English Coach. Bye-bye.